So whilst working on the TRIP project, I've been able to work with lots of different people across the college and mix with lots of different people across different colleges, which has been a really positive experience to share ideas and practices. I first got involved in the TRIP project with the construction team because I'm a mentor in that department area. And obviously with my background in IT, I could try and bring some ideas, bringing the two things together. So once we came up with the concept and the idea, it was just about lighting the fire really and getting people engaged and seeing who could buy in. We've had a really good buy-in from lots of members of staff across the college. And I think the idea, the concept is spreading across different colleges as well, which is really positive.
So, the experience been very, very valuable. I went out to industry and really found out what the employers need. So brought this back to work and worked with the e-learning team to come up with a resource that will help the students to be ready for industry. So we did a 360 image of a nursery and brought that back and obviously delivered it in class, where the students identified the risks in an earlier setting, so I used it in my teaching. It was very valuable. I've also worked with other colleges, so collaborated with them and shared ideas, which was very valuable. And took on board some of their ideas, and I will be using some of them in the classroom. Also, through that experience, it has helped me to understand and make changes to my own teaching for digital literacy and maths and how I can embed that within my teaching.
Our own, the one that we came up with, but this, again, sharing practice with different colleges and seeing what they have done. It's good to see their culture and ideas that they're pulling together. So the project that we saw in Darlington and creating a kind of working environment for the students to mimic industry, which was really positive and good, and something that I think I could do more of within our team. But as I've said, I was just the one I've liked the most, the VR project, which has got massive potential across all sectors really.
The V360 image definitely been worth it. Really appealed to me. Come up with so many ideas of how I can use that in the classroom. I've also shown it to members of staff, the childcare team, really enthusiastic about it. So definitely be using that one. And also the tapestry from Durham College, a really good idea, and I'd like to use that as well.
Definitely, as I mentioned, the project in Darlington, and it is something kind of similar to what I've done in the past, but it was just nice to see how somebody else has rolled it out and to see how their practices are really and kind of the things that they've considered. So rather than just working in a silo, to kind of get to the same aim, because we're all striving towards student success and independent learning. So I could probably take some of those ideas and implement them in my own teaching, my own practice.
So my practice has changed because I'm thinking more creative when I'm teaching. So it's thinking out of the box. Before I would use an image of a nursery and or it might not even be a nursery, it could be an office or something with different risks. But using the VR 360 image really helps the students to connect to real life industry and helps them to be more involved and creative. So definitely be using that, and that will definitely change the way I would teach that lesson. And also tapestry, I will use that because we do observations with students at the moment, so observations in placement, and they observe children. Now in industry they use apps like Tapestry and other, I think Blossom's the other one that they use. So that is really showing the students different ways to observe children, but using that app will give them the digital skills they need, but also help them with their literacy skills.